am Bindu. Welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. Today, we live in a world where all the countries from every part of the globe are in constant interaction with each other. If you look at the products you use every day, whether a toothpaste, mobile, bus, or even food items, you will find that these have been produced in some distant countries. The way we dress, the films we see, and even the food we eat are now greatly influenced by world trends. The price at which our farmers buy diesel or fertilizers, or the price at which they sell their products, now depends on world market prices. Multinational companies set up factories and offices in India, and Indian companies are setting up factories and offices in other countries. We thus see that today we live in a world that is very closely bound together. People migrated in search of better lands or to escape famines or diseases. Sailors crossed seas. Travelers, pilgrims, and traders crossed high mountains. Deserts and rivers to get in touch with new people and lands. Kings and soldiers conquered new lands to enlarge their kingdoms. Religious teachers, artists, and scholars too traveled far and wide to spread their ideas and learn new things. However, for the last few centuries, this contact between different parts of the world has grown enormously. That looks like we live in a global village. So, let us understand changes that made the modern world from the topic democratic and national revolution, 17th, 18th and 19th centuries from class 9th social studies. Learning outcomes. You will be able to learn about how this modern world came into being, what are the main ideas and driving processes of the modern world, and how have different parts of the world participated in creating what we see today all around us. Keywords: global village, a community in which people are connected by computers, television, etc. and all depend on each other. Industrial Revolution, the period of time during which work began to be done more by machines in factories than by hand at home. Scientific Revolution. The Scientific Revolution was a series of events that marked the emergence of modern science during the early modern period. Colonization, the action or process of settling among and establishing control over the indigenous people of an area. Let us see the concept map. Changes that made the modern world. The integration of the entire world progressed very rapidly from around 1450 CE. This was accompanied by many important changes in the way people worked, thought, and ruled. Many of these changes enabled the development of some of the key features of the modern world. For example, today, most of the things we use are produced in factories with machines on a large scale, and we buy them from the market. In agriculture, we use modern methods, machines, etc. to produce for sale in the market. This was the result of a major change, which we call the Industrial Revolution. Today, most countries are not ruled by kings or queens, but by democratically elected governments, which are answerable to the people of their countries. This is a result of a process we call the democratic revolution. We give a lot of importance to science reason. Using the methods of science and reason, people are trying to understand everything around us. The earth, the entire universe, life around us, our own body, our feelings and our thinking too. This is the result of a process we call the scientific revolution. A few European countries like Britain, France, Holland, Spain, etc. gained control over most of Africa, Asia, South and North America. This led to a forced transformation of the lives of the people living in these countries. This process is called colonization. The people of the colonies fought for freedom, and in all countries of the world, the poor and the deprived people have been fighting for equal rights, opportunities and share in the wealth created by human labor. These struggles for freedom, equality and dignity are also one of the main features of modern history. Early modern period. The period between 1450 and 1750 is generally called the early modern period. Many features had begun to develop in different parts of the world much before that. For example, traders from India, China, Arabia, etc. were carrying goods by sea route to other countries for a very long time. Around 1492, Christopher Columbus, an Italian sailor, reached South America. Vasco da Gama, A Portuguese sailor worked out a sea route to India by going around Africa in 1498. This opened the way for European ships to trade not only with different parts of Africa and India, but also explore all the way up to China by sea. The expansion of trade stimulated agricultural and craft production for international markets. Another such development was the rise of large kingdoms and empires in which power was concentrated in the hands of a few people. They had strong armies and officials who established order and collected taxes. They tried to put down small local kings or landlords who wanted autonomy. This led to the unification of countries and the development of a common administrative system. For example, in India, the Mughal Empire developed a strong central government and administrative system. Similar empires emerged in China, Iran, Turkey, and different parts of Europe. The early modern period was also the time when major advances were made in science, especially astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, etc. After years of hard work, great scientists like Galileo arrived at the conclusion that the sun was at the center of the solar system and planets like the earth went around it. Great mathematicians like Nilakanta Somayaji, Descartes, and Newton developed new methods for studying the movement of planets and stars. So far, we have discussed the reasons for migration to new areas, the Industrial Revolution, the Scientific Revolution, colonialism, and the features of democratic government. The thought of the early modern period was dominated by the idea of human freedom and equality. This had a great influence on religious thinking. In the field of arts, this resulted in a realistic depiction of human beings and the world around us, especially in painting. All these changes in the early modern period paved the way for great developments. Today, we are used to the idea of a democratic form of government. All citizens have fundamental rights and are treated as equal by law. However, this kind of democracy was not there in the earlier times. Countries were ruled by kings or emperors who made laws at their will, and the society was divided into estates. Each had its privileges and obligations. So, in this video, we have seen the modern world changes that made the modern world and the early modern period. The reasons for migration to new areas are the Industrial Revolution, the Scientific Revolution, colonialism, and the features of democratic government. Hope you liked the video. Thank you.